video. Of this champion. So I hope you excited to hear and learn from her. So settle down and make some notes, because you're going to hear it straight from the champion herself. Palak, welcome to the Herbalife family. As you can see, 20,000 people, super excited to have you as a part of the family. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. हम लोग इंडिया में हैं, तो let's start with जय हिंद, जय हिंद. जोश नहीं लगा. Again, जय हिंद. अभी भी थोड़ा फीका लगा. Let's have all men to say जय हिंद, जय हिंद. All women to say जय हिंद. Yes.
Amazing. Palak, let's get started. Tell us, what inspired you to take up badminton as a sport to help rediscover yourself and push your boundaries? What was the source of inspiration? Who pushed you toward the sport, and where did it all begin?
I would say badminton, I didn't choose it. Rather, badminton chose me. Because it just came into my life as a blessing. Since as a child, when I was born, I was having a physical disability in my hand. And since then, I never knew I had any disability. But the moment I stepped outside the nutshell of my family, I got to know that yes, I'm different. I have something like people stare at me. So whenever I tried of getting up into any sport, any co-curricular activity, dancing, anything, every time I used to be told that Palak, it's better for you to concentrate in studies. If you will play, you will hurt yourself more. And it's better you sit aside and watch them playing or be a referee. But I used to feel bad at it. Why? Everybody is not perfect. But just because my disability is seen at a physical experience, people judge me with that. So, one day in 2017, I was just coming out of a mall in my city, Jalandhar, and on the way to my car, I met a person. He asked me, what has happened to your hand? I was very familiar with such question. Anybody who sees me for the very first time used to ask me, "Arey, aapke haath mein kya hua hai?" That all it's by birth. Then he specifically told me about ऐसे para sports होता है, उसमें para badminton है, and you are very young, so you can do wonders in that. I got surprised. How can where I have every time heard it's not meant for me, it's not a cup of my tea, and today somebody is approaching me and telling me I can do wonders? It was something very hard for me to believe. I rather smiled. I had a sarcastic smile for the same. He gave his contact to my mother, and then I was asked in my family that do I want to start out with the sport. But I didn't have that encouragement. I was like, no, I used to run away from the topic. because I didn't wanted myself to deal with the same things that I have dealt in my past. After 8-9 months, I had a handball tournament in my school, and that game was newly introduced in my school. And we just went down in the ground with my classmates, and I was just standing in a queue, and we were learning and listening what are the rules and the regulation for the game, as it was newly introduced in our school. Meanwhile, one of my teachers, she called me aside and she told me, Palak, it's better for you to concentrate in studies. And being a girl, it's better for you to secure your future, and there are some quotas for people with disability with which you can get a good job in life and you can keep your future in a safe hand. But I think for me, it was in adolescence period of age, handling such things becomes very tough, because it was not one, not two, not three, but a series of episodes where I was always being told, it's not meant for you, it's not for you, you should try something else. I got emotional, I was bursted into tears, but on the other side, I just had one positive thing in my mind, that I met somebody who told me I could do something in para badminton. Let me just try out with that sport. So I went back to my home, I told my parents, I want to start out with badminton. They were very surprised. हमने जब पूछा तब भागती थी और अब एकदम से कैसे बोल रही है. I kept on insisting them, then they took it seriously. Then my father, we lost the contact of the person whom we met. He scrolled social media and we got through social media that he was none other than Gaurav Khanna sir, who is the head national coach of Indian para badminton team. And that time I was like, why didn't I realize at that very moment? But I think it's life, and destiny plays a great role. And when my father had a talk with sir, the very next weekend we made a plan to come to Lucknow. But still I had few things in my mind, in the back head, like what if, Palak, what are you doing? Whether are you putting yourself into the same shoes? Will you be getting rejected again, getting disheartened? Or will something change? But every time I used to, just that positive thing in my mind used to strike that I could do wonders. So that was something that gave me a hope to try out the sport. And the moment I reached in Lucknow, I entered into the academy. I saw athletes with various disability playing. Some on wheelchair, some polio, some amputee, some short height, some having disability in hand like me. That was something that gave me goosebumps. And I was like, I think from that time onwards, from 2018, there was never looking back for me. And I started up, I was like, if they can do it, then why can't I do it? And it just started with the journey of holding up of a racket in a city, Lucknow, and in a very small academy. And yes, then we made up the plan. Sir made plan for me to play the tournaments and all. And here I am today as the youngest athlete who got qualified in the world for the Tokyo Olympic Games and finished 4th position in it. Thank you.
Amazing. Palak, your journey is absolutely inspiring. Tell me, you're now a part of the Herbalife family. Can you highlight the importance of the role of nutrition in being adequately prepared as a para-athlete? We hear from our athletes, but what's the difference in terms of the role of nutrition in supporting you as you sort of move forward in your journey?
Nutrition is very important, not only as an athlete but as individuals as well, because we need to be healthy. If you are working for your dreams, for your future dreams, what you want to become, if you will not be fit, how can you achieve those dreams? So it is something that's very important, and for me particularly, and for para-athletes, it's more important rather, I would say. Because athletes on different disabilities, we do not even need to recover from the exertion that we do on court. But the other parts of our body are taking more load comparatively to the able-bodied athletes. And yes, like I lastly said in one of the events in Jaipur, that one can have love at first sight, but one cannot have trust at first sight. You need to have the trust in the brand you are taking. Like I have Herbalife, I have full trust. I don't need to take care of whether the products will be too free or not. That's the trust that matters. And today I would say Herbalife for me means a healthy life. So if you want to have a healthy life, go for Herbalife.
That's amazing. That's the one beautiful thing that all of our athletes have with Herbalife is that there's so much of trust in the brand. They trust that what's written on the label is in the canister, is in the bottle, and you can trust that. And as an athlete, you know that that's fundamentally the most important thing. Palak, you have something that is absolutely in common with every single person in this room, and that is that they know how to work hard. They wake up every single day, they're highly passionate, they're hungry, they're driven, they're motivated, they persevere, they work very, very hard. But you also have something else common, that every now and then, this little voice comes into our head where we start to doubt our journey, where we don't know if we're moving in the right path, we don't know if we're good enough, we compare ourselves to the next person, and that brings us down. What is your advice to every single one in this room when that negative voice creeps in? How do you rise above that?
It's very important to stay motivated, I would say, because the more good vibes you will spread and the more positivity that you will give will definitely come back in multiple times back to you. So, first of all, you need to have a mindset of thinking positive. If you will think positive, then you will get plenty of reasons why you should do this work. And if you will think negative, your mind will tell you why you should not do this. So it's more of a mental sort of thing. And we athletes, like if I personally talk about me, like in our training, we are always motivated by seeing each other. How everybody is fighting with their different abilities and with a super ability, I would say, and is bringing out their best version to bring laurels to the country. And it's tough, but yes, we do it in every single way.
You have to do it. Palak, what's the role of a coach in your life? You know, and what does your support ecosystem look like? And if you can stress for us or give us a few tips on how does one find who that right mentor is? How do you know you found the right mentor? How do you know you found the right coach? And what was the impact of that coach in your life?
I think today who I am over here and the one who's sitting is all because of my coach. And he's a guru and he's a real idol for me. The one who taught me to believe and the one who made me. When I started up just picking up a racket in 2018 and in 2020 in Olympics, I was qualifying as the youngest athlete in the world. It was at a site which was unbelievable for me to see the path which he is showing, but it was the trust that I kept on doing. I started in 2018 and in 2018, after 4-5 months, I started playing badminton. There was the nationals in Varanasi and I was very excited. I will be going to the tournament, playing my very first nationals. And then I will be going back to my school and telling the same teacher that I played my nationals and all. And I've done this thing. But when I asked sir, he told me, no, you won't play this nationals. I was very surprised. Why will I not play? Then he was like, my target is you to qualify for Olympics. So you better concentrate upon your training. And you don't have to hit on small targets. You don't have to develop an ego to go back and to prove. That is not your target. Your target is Olympics. And then I dropped my nationals, and in 2019, when he told me, like, now it's the right time for you to play the nationals, I played my very first nationals, and I became the national champion of juniors, seniors women doubles, and mixed doubles runners-up as well. So I was the only athlete to win 4 medals in the nationals, and the one who not only performed as a champion in junior, but also in seniors. And from there onwards, the journey started up. We went to the tournaments and all. We had a lot of tournaments to qualify for Paralympics. We need to be in the world top 6 ranking. In the starting of the year, I didn't had any world rank because I have never played any international before. And ending up the Olympic qualification circuit as the world number 5 to qualify for Paralympics was a very good journey, I would say, with a lot of up downs. I had a phase of struggling with my injury and other obstacles too, but the lessons that I was being taught was to always to look forward to my dreams, and I think that's something that's matter. And trust is something that's everything. We need to trust. If we trust, yes, things happen in a good way, but also we need to trust the right person. And I am really blessed in my life that I got a coach like him in my life, and yes, he's the one who has made the change in the era, and today para badminton has gone to a new height in India and all over the world. And since 2015, he joined para badminton coach. Today we have more than 600 international medals with us.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.